During that season was when God was like, shut up. Like, no, not being funny. Like, he told me to shut up and sit down. It was more so realizing the mantle and mandate that marriage is, not this false image that I had. I'm like, oh, okay, like a man can take care of me, like we can live happily ever after, and I can hunch and not feel bad, like this, that, and the third. And then I was like, there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
The way that my house isn't clean, the way that, like, this type of men that I would deal with and think that it was okay. Like, I didn't respect myself. The way I would talk to myself. The way that I just didn't really take care of, like, I had, at the very end of the day, I really just don't think that, like, I had the level of respect for myself then as I do now. And it had to come to those hard conversations of looking myself in the mirror, like, naked, raw, no filter, no facade to put on for anybody, no mask, no nothing, and being like, who am I? And I was like, oh, you raggedy.
Hey, thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way. Hey, pray. Thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way.
Girl, the churchiest person I've ever met in my life. Yo, it's your girl, Jessica S. Smith, and you have landed in the safe space where influencers decompress, have fun, and guess what? JessAsk. And you know I do nothing without my friend, my producer, y'all's favorite, Desiree.
I thought
We was in the spirit. Black and white, because our guest got a little black on black going on, but it's maybe black on black.
I love a good coordinating situation.
Yeah.
I'm learning to love a good coordinating situation.
You have to, because things are happening that you're gonna have to be coordinated for.
Apparently, it's a thing.
All
right.
We thank you, God, for a holy coordination. Do y'all like my glasses?
Those are cute.
Do I look cool?
You do.
It's given.
Yeah.
Like it's given. I'm from where? The west side of Birmingham. Tell me what you know about me. Okay.
Is that the goal?
It's given that.
Oh.
Okay.
I like them.
If you want you
new?
some, yeah, they're new. I got them from Glamour 4 Eyes right here in Birmingham, Alabama. I love that place now. I don't think I want to go anywhere else because it was very personable. She taught me about the shape of my face.
Did you just get the glasses there? You got the exam and everything?
So I already had my exam. I had my exam and I was able to give her my prescription. Now, what they did do was they measured my pupils.
They did distance.
My pupil measurements were wrong.
Oh,
I can tell the difference. Okay, so shout out to the people at Glamour 4 Eyes. Y'all make sure y'all hit them up and tell them Jess sent you. Okay,
I love it.
But Desiree, this young lady, we met her around.
I love her.
This time last year.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't meet her. We had already met her, but the relationship started developing around this time last year. And it's like she's stuck like Chuck. I can't get rid of her.
She is.
I can't get rid of her, but I love it though. She's little sis for real.
Yep.
And so I'm really excited because she hasn't been in BGTV in some months. It's been a while. She hasn't been on her own podcast in a while. But she said, Jess, can I pull up?
Pull up,
little sis. Pull up.
Yeah.
So she needs no introduction because she is who she is, okay?
Yeah.
I would like to present to some, introduce to others, my good sister, Tiffany Nicole Wines. Take me through that. She got me doing that, y'all. She be like, hey.
We were coordinated. We're all coordinated.
Very much so. Because you might not have the white letters, but you are white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Through and
so
through. Contrary to popular belief. Yes.
Some people are really confused about that. Is it giving Creole or is it giving?
It's just giving Caucasian.
Till where you been? Like the people really want to know because you know it's gonna be about 3,000 of y'all come over here just because her name on this podcast. No, let's just call a spade a spade. Half of y'all came over here because Tiffany's name on here. Y'all, the best thing that she could have done was the best gift. One of the best gifts I received was the reception of support.
Yeah.
And when you surprised me at your event with, hey, can y'all go follow Jessica? She has this goal of reaching 1,000. I was done. I'm done. I keep forgetting that was just this year
in February.
And you got me over the hump that I needed to get over, because I asked God literally that day, hey, can you prove to me before this Tabitha Brown episode comes out that I'm in the right direction? Like, it's not gonna be because of her. And when you did that, you just, this your platform. This the Tiff show.
Hey,
okay, I'm just a part of it.
It was hard to keep a secret though. I suck at keeping secrets. I really do. And I had like mentioned the idea to Desiree, and we were like, okay, I made the graphic. We had the plan. We had the platform. And then the time came where I'm like, Desiree, cue the lights. And
they were cute.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like although yes, Galentine's is my event and like my idea at the very end of it all, like I really just look at it as a space for every woman from every walk of life to just come together and be in one room under one roof celebrating one God. And that's just what it is.
I'm so glad you said that. So I wasn't planning on starring here, but hey, since we're there.
We're here.
Galentine's.
Yes.
Our first Galentine's was this past February.
Crazy.
How long did it take you to get that together? Because it sold out in a crazy amount of time.
36 hours.
And how many women was there?
300. Well, 320 if we're counting like everybody.
Yeah. And we was packed. Like it was packed. Our
capacity was supposed to be 250, but we ended around 320.
Man, when I tell you, just being there was just like so rewarding. How did you come up with the idea of getting people together? Because we gotta set this up. Because you were in a space where you was like, you know what, I'm not doing other people's events. I'm taking a break. You know, you were speaking, you were on panels, you were going to Mississippi like every month.
I love Mississippi.
I mean,
Mississippi love me.
They love you down. How did you go from saying, hey, I need a break to let me run this for myself?
So the break came right after that, because right before Galentine's, I was that weekend before, literally, I was on a flight and I was in West Palm Beach, Florida. So my now mentor, God is so funny, but my now mentor was the host of that conference, and I had to open it up speaking. And so I was like, when everything lined up, and I knew that was happening for months before Galentine's, and I didn't look at my calendar to see that like the weekends were back to back up until like maybe 2 weeks before, and I'm like, oh. Like, we doing this full force.
Yeah.
But it came in like a dream. And like, I really had to sit there and like meditation and like time with God and be like, okay, well, like, what do you mean? Because like we were saying before we got on air, like, I love, like when we were talking about logistics of Galentine's, like, I love just showing up. Like somebody has me as a guest, or I'm just attending as a guest and not like on a stage, no mic, no nothing. I love just showing up. But I know the hard work and the, details that go in behind the scenes too. And I love that that's not on me. So, but regardless, every guest, no matter what space, we still have a mandate to show up and to do what God has called us to do. But in that space, that was all planned in under a week. It like the first, right before the new year hit, or like right after, I can't remember exactly. I announced the tickets like not even 30 days out, sold out in 36 hours. And then that was it. And I had maybe like 7 to 10 volunteers to help me the day of. And that was it. Maybe we went with it. We went running. And through Galentine's and through my obedience with that, like I've seen so many connections still still come to fruition like months after the fact. And going into Galentine's 2026, I see those connections that have built and that God has laid the foundation for. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like it's crazy. Cause like what seemed like so out of the water for the first one, then going into the second one, and God was like, okay, do it better. Do it bigger. And I'm like,
yeah.
No.
What does bigger look like?
Bigger looks like 2 days. Well, 2 nights, 1 full day. So Friday night, Saturday all day, and then Saturday night, and then a late night Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many guests, like speakers and stuff. I don't, off the top of my head, probably like 10.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 panels. We have Prophetess Ashley Brown Friday night. My mentor, Coach Shanae Jackson, and Pastor Petra Pender, Saturday day for those sessions. Then we have a little break. Then we have the big Saturday night session, which is like the original Galentine's was. Yeah. And then the after party after that is the OJ, please, child. The OG season.
Not OJ.
Never. The OG pizza and PJs. Because that's what it was the first time. It was literally just pajamas, pizza, women.
Yeah.
Like just be a
and
girl.
The Lord.
And the Lord. And nothing that happened after like the panel was on the program.
Right.
Like we thought we were bigger than the program. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about people laid out. I literally closed my eyes. I opened them. I'm like, oh, we ain't even got enough sheets. Somebody grab some blankets. Like, please, somebody grab your blankets.
We was grabbing. It shifted fast. One thing I do notice, because you've given me the opportunity to walk with you in the past year that we've known each other. It's just been very rewarding seeing you navigate your life. Tiff ain't the same Tiff. This Galentine's Tiff is definitely different from Galentine's 2026, aka Flourish Galentine's. Right. Can we walk through that? Because there have been a lot of changes. I can tell you number one change has been when you was here last time, sis ain't had no diploma.
No.
Come on.
Let's talk about that. How do we go from I don't have a high school diploma, and then you pop out with cap and gown this year? Like walk us through your reasoning why, and then how you got over that hurdle. Because I mean, I can only imagine you've been out of high school for a minute.
7 years. So connecting back to your first initial question, to me taking a break, taking a step back. So my last episode here was for my mom's birthday, and that was March 7th. And then of this year, Galentine's was February
in the beginning of February.
7th, I want to say. It was the first weekend, the weekend before Valentine's Day. And during that season was when God was like, shut up. Like, no, not being funny. Like, he told me to shut up and sit down. Because, like, for instance, when I was traveling and like this and the third with itinerant ministry, like, I was like, wanted to give up so bad. And then God was like, no, like, just like the disciples, like, I'll heal you as you go. So like, that was what I had to do in that season. But then the next season came and I was like, I'm burnt out. I'm worn down. Like, I just need to sit. But the people pleaser in me, and I didn't want people, you know how sometimes they'll be like, oh, she lost God.
Yeah.
She left the church.
Yeah.
Like, she need to come back, the backslider. I'm like, no. So I sat down and I shut up. And people still mention to today. And I mean, it's not no fault to them. They're like, I want another podcast episode. Like, I want to do this. Like, I want you to host this. Like, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, that's cool. God didn't tell me to do that.
Yeah.
So the fruition from, let's just say, March, April to now we're in the end of November. Crazy. Like, I don't even recognize myself from January of this year. Like, January, February, March, whole new person, all because I sat down and I shut up. And I didn't heal in front of a camera or under the pressures of other people or this, that, and the third, because there was a lot.
Yeah.
That, not even just in the past year or, you know, things of that nature, just in my life, period, now in adulthood, that I had to sit with and heal from.
Yeah.
And not at the sake of just myself, but like, okay, now I'm about to have a 5-year-old, like a kindergartner.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. So that was a turning point in regards to my diploma. So I have my general education diploma, my GED.
Come on.
Period.
So I watched Amaya graduate May 15th, I want to say.
Yeah.
From pre-K. So K4. And she was supposed to go into kindergarten, but the cutoff for Jefferson County is September 1st. Her birthday September 3rd. So she wasn't going to public school. I didn't want to go to public school anyway. So I was like, okay, perfect. So we're having a graduation. Don't know where you're going next year, but we're going to trust God and figure it out.
Yeah. So
I watched her cap and gown, and she was the first, I want to say like the first or second, like in the line of like the little kids. And I see my child in a baby blue cap and gown, and I said, ain't no way. Like, I'm sick to my stomach. I'm like, ain't no way that I'm going to let you grow up and it's not me. 5 days later, I got my GED.
So what is that, for people that don't know, because I didn't go through the GED process or whatnot, what is that process like for somebody that may be like, you know what, it's over for me? Because you saying 5 days, that's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. What does that process look like?
So I had been like doing training like on and off for about a year through this software called Onsego, Onsego. And then, I mean, I would take it serious, but then like I wouldn't. And I'm just like, because it was just a lot of information. Because you have to think, I dropped out after I completed the 9th grade. So I never learned algebra. I didn't learn most of like the social studies stuff, like didn't learn anything with science and even if I did learn it, this was 7 years ago. Like I've had a whole child, like I've lived in like 5 different places. Like a lot has happened.
Yeah.
I've lost my mother, I've lost my grandmother, like a lot has transpired. So I got my GED through the GED.com software online. So it's like the official like GED program, all the things. They make you take, if you want to take it online, you can take the GED in person. But if you want to take it online, you have to take and pass their practice tests first before you're able to do the actual subjects. There's 4 subjects. So I had to pass those all first time, glory to God. Then I had to set up a proctored exam where they watch you and you have to show the whole room, you know, all the things. New to me. Never heard of a proctor day in my life. And so, but the way that they have it is you can only schedule like one at a time. And then after you complete that one, whether you pass or fail, then you're able to schedule another one. So I was literally, Jessica, taking exams at like 11 p.m. at night, getting done with that, scheduling one. Mind you, I'm working full time at this point.
Right.
Scheduling them on my lunch break, Monday, and then took one Monday night. Then Tuesday, took another one on my lunch break. Then Wednesday was my last one. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm taking my 4 tests. And I took math last because I was least confident.
Yeah.
I don't know how I passed, but I passed with I think the score is like 140 you have to get over. And nothing was less than, I want to say, like 10 points over of all my scores. My highest was definitely language arts.
Yeah.
English has always been my bag. It was like 177 out of 200. So I was like, oh, we cooking with grease.
We cooking with grease, baby.
We are cooking with grease. And then God is just so intentional because that was May.
Yeah.
May 20th is when I got my GED. April, the month before, I was at a networking event with my former boss. And I happened to meet the president of Miles College, Dr. Bobby Knight. So I was like, oh, like, you know, hey, you know, they were introducing me, like, on things. She was like, if you're ever considering, you know, Miles College, let me know. And I was like, what is Miles College? Like, I've heard about it here and there, and, like, I've seen the exit, like, on the way to when, now Love City Church, but when it was All Nations Church, we were off that 119 exit. So I've seen it, like, time and time again, but I've, like, never been there.
Right.
So I was like, So I went online, and I'm looking at other colleges before Miles. They all require ACT score. They all require this, that, and the third. I didn't know nobody that I could like call and like ask questions besides like the main line. And by this point, you got to think it's the end of May, going into like the summer. I'm still like, I don't know what FAFSA is. I don't know none of this. I'm having to do all of this and learn as I literally go.
Yeah.
And it was Miles College that really answered those questions for me, and made it easy. And then I remember like maybe like a month, less than a month before classes started, I was like, I need another scholarship. Mind you, I had applied to like over 100 scholarships from like anything you could think of. Because my FAFSA didn't cover everything. Right. And I did not want to take out a loan at all. And so I was telling my advisor, they made a call. I got a $20,000 scholarship. So, I mean, at that point, it was no-brainer because they had the AccuPlacer. They didn't have the ACT. Right. You could have taken the ACT. Yeah, cool. But they have like a placement test already. Right. So, and it was just from there. The size of the campus, I know a lot of people's names, not just faces. I got accustomed really quick. And then since then, it's just been about learning, respecting the culture, adding to it and not taking away from it or trying to, I don't know, be misfit. Because, I mean.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's just talk about that because, I mean, you're white.
Yep.
You are a white woman, okay? Going to a HBCU, which stands for Historically Black College and University, right? Miles is black. Like they I live down the street from Miles. Shout out the Golden Bells, is that what they say. How is it for you transitioning? Because I know, Tiffany, you're different, so I understand that. But just in reality, looking at the tangible evidence of you being a white girl, a white woman going to a historically black college, what has been like the most I'm gonna say challenging opportunity that you've seen being in that culture? Because you're saying you want to respect the culture, but some people I've heard, not just with you, but when white people go to black black spaces,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for some black people to accept, hey, you want to be here and you genuinely want to be here. You're not
Mm-hmm.
trying to be out like black. You're just trying to get your education at a historically black college. Like, how has it been for you?
I want to say the most challenging part wasn't me going to Miles. It was me being involved in Miles. And that was when, you know, kind of some of the backlash had started, not even just from students, but like from alumni. And I don't know if like people just don't think that like people see these things, like what you're saying online, like I can see that just like the next person. I just choose not to say anything.
Yeah.
The most challenging was, I guess, just the false assumption that, one, I wanted to be black, or I'm trying to invade a safe space, or this, that, and the third. That's never what it was. Miles offered me more opportunities than any other college or university when it came to scholarship, being debt free, just how close everybody was, how professional administration was, and like getting back to me and like communicate. Like, I know everybody. Because before, when I got accepted, up until classes started, I went up to Miles at least once a week. You know, whether that was the welcome and admissions office, whether that was financial aid, the business office, the lunchroom, just literally going to the caf and like seeing how things work and like who's around. And because that's just how I am in life. And I mean, that's what I was taught to do from very early on. Because, you know, you ain't got no GED and this and the third, and I was a paralegal.
Yeah.
Like working in the legal field. Yeah. No degree, no diploma. So you have to know how to network and establish good relationships and genuinely just be a good person of integrity.
Yeah.
So I think the most challenging part for me though was like people just not knowing who I was or what I come from or this, that, and the third, and automatically putting this false label or like looking at me through a false lens and not remembering at the very end of the day, like, I'm a person.
Yeah.
Like, while yes, I can be a hard body and this, that, and the third, and I have been through a lot, and none of that is necessarily like, I don't want it to come off as, you know, some people, we getting deep. You know how some people be like white tears. That's I never wanted to like give that. And I think what a lot of students in particular misunderstood was me being so open and vulnerable about my story that I have been for as long as I can remember, from like age 14 till now. They took it as that. And I was like, no, like, check the record. Like, I'm just unapologetically Tiffany. Yeah. Like, what I've been through is no secret. It can't be thrown back in my face because I've already told you. I've already showed you my hand. Yeah. And I just think that was not really understood. And then if we switch to spiritually, I'm not the oldest by any means. I'm only 23, and I just turned 23. But you got to think I'm a freshman. Right. So I'm around a lot of 17, 18, 19-year-olds. Yeah. You know, in general. Yes, there's some older than me and some my age, but as a whole, that's mostly what it was. And a lot of them spiritually are not where I was. Yeah. Or hadn't experienced, you know, this, that, and the third. So I had to really give grace and remember that, like, we don't wage war with flesh and blood. And I think a lot of the times with I don't know, like the challenging part of like the judgment and things like that just came from a place of not understanding. Yeah. Because, you know, like when we become new in Christ, like we have this mind renewal. Right. So I had to give ample amounts of grace because y'all don't even understand. Like, that's why I didn't even entertain myself. I'm like, y'all don't even understand. Yeah. So yeah.
I think that's such a mature way to look at it because just going through that with you and just not, I don't understand it, but being a black person, you know, I went to a PWI, you know, so we were the we were the minority, you know what I'm saying? But I still had a good experience. Like, I still had a good experience at a PWI, and it's this elitism, you know, that I understand that comes with going to a HBCU, you know, very proud. And I was just surprised at the assumptions that were made based upon just you being a white girl. And I was like, baby, you can go look at the social media page and just...
That was another thing too, was like the assumptions that I get a pass or I get, you know, more privileges or they're not as hard on me. If anything, administration, people that I don't even know, this, that, and the third, students were harder on me than most of other people. And I used to complain to one of my advisors. I'm like, it's always something. Like, people are always saying something about me. Like, so-and-so can do this and nobody's going to say anything about it. And she sat me down and she was like, yeah, because you're Tiffany and they're not. And that's just what it is. You have a lot of eyeballs on you, Tiffany. You've always have. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But like, hush.
But it's not all, that's not just because you white though.
I know.
That, and I want to say that out loud, because what I've had that conversation of saying like, okay, why do I have to do this? Why is everybody having a problem with me? Because you Jessica and God called you to do X, Y, and Z and blah. And I'm like, bruh, like why can't I have this normality of having a safe space just to be without having this microscope on me? But I'm very proud of you in that. And I'm also proud of you for navigating this space, even being a mother. Like, you're still a single mom. Like, and so there's some single mothers out there thinking that they can't do this. How are you navigating balancing motherhood, a full-time, let's say a full-time job, and being a full-time student? What does that navigation look like for you, Tiff?
First part of the semester, easy peasy. Like, I got in a good groove. Like, I set up my class schedule the same as like my school schedule, and she was in after school care. So I had classes Monday through Thursday, like 9:30 to like my last class got out around like 5. So, I mean, that was it. I would go to school, you would go to school, we pick you up, bath time, eat, dinner, play, bedtime, wake up, same thing. And then on Fridays, I kind of got that rest to like catch up because we didn't have class on Fridays. And she still had to go to school. But the midterms hit and it really caught up because I'm taking like 6-7 classes, and I didn't realize that like midterms will really take you through there. And then right after midterms was homecoming week, and then it was classic week, and I was like, we not slowing down. Hold on, life goes on. Hold on.
Because you hold a leadership position, a high leadership position,
very demanding.
Very demanding. Yeah,
it's not just glitz and glitter. Like, is having to show up, and then as a female, like, your hair has to be done, your nails have to be done, like, your makeup has to be done. Like, there's a certain image that you have to uphold. And I was like, hold on, there's just too much going on. And then on top of that, like, I'm having to find a babysitter, like, last minute events and stuff are coming up. Like, I have to make sure that my home is taken care of, and I'm still fulfilling that role at the same time. So, I mean, it was a lot, but I did the best with what I could. And then there came a small season where I was like, okay, I'm putting a lot of this before my child. Let me take a step back. I was like, okay. And then we found our groove. So, but no, next semester, so I'll be fully online and then working full time. But the way that our classes are set up, it's 8-week online courses. So I'm taking 2 my first 8 weeks and then 3 my second. So I feel like that'll be a much better groove than in person all the time.
That's good. I can't help but to think about, okay, so we know that your late grandmother was very important to you. We know the other dynamic with your mom, who has also passed away. What does navigating womanhood look like for Tiff? Because I know we've had conversation on Jessica. I do not know. No one taught me this.
Nobody taught me.
I was like, girl, nobody taught me this. I'm trying to give you what I done got. You know what I'm saying? What does that look like for you you're in a new environment, a new school, new job, learning lessons, just being new, but still learning how to be the woman Tiff. What does that journey look like right now?
I would say definitely from the time we were talking about earlier, like March, April, till now, has strictly been focused about me evolving and becoming as a woman, in the way that I carry myself, in the way that I put on lotion every day now. Like, I put on perfume. Like, I like perfume. I like jewelry. I like being a girl. Like, I'm just a girl. Like, I'm just a girl. But yeah, it's having to remember the life lessons and things that my grandmother taught me, as well as my mother. Think back on them. Look back on old messages. You know, ask people around me, and taking little bits and pieces, because no one will ever replace my grandmother or my mom. But I find little bits and pieces of them in people that God has placed in my life. So, like, for instance, my Royal Court advisor, shout out T3, shout out Candace Hardy, I love you so much. But like, she really was like Auntie T, like we call her Auntie for a reason. And she really, you know, has helped me over the season of just pouring back into me and teaching me certain things. Like, I didn't know about fashion tape. I didn't know about heel taps on a heel so you don't sink into like the soil on the football field. Like, I didn't know about this, that, and the third. And she truly like had patience with me and taught me, as well as, you know, my sister queens on Royal Court. Like, they've taught me so much, and I'm the oldest one on the court. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then especially, you know, some people might be like, oh, that's just cliche, you know. But my queen, Joycelyn Tinker, baby, taught me a lot just about being graceful and how you carry yourself. You know, she's a background in pageantry, and we've just gotten really, really close. And I just really appreciate all of them for taking the time to really see me. And they'll tell anybody that. Like, if anybody has something to say, oh, you don't know her. We know her. Like, we got her back. Like, we ride until the wheels fall off. But yeah, this season of womanhood has been my favorite. Of like finding out like who I am at my core. Like, no, like besides being a mom, being Miss Freshman, being a college student, being a paralegal, being a daughter, being a friend, this, that, and the third, you know, besides what a man say, this, and like, who is Tiffany?
Who is Tiffany?
And when I asked myself that, the first time I got disgusted. I said, oh, someone's got to give.
What was you disgusted with?
Something's got to give. I had no respect for myself. And I could, you know, looking back on it, like, I put up a good front. And I don't want to say it's like a front necessarily, but like, I hid it from a lot of people. Like, the way that my house isn't clean, the way that like this type of men that I would deal with and think that it was okay. Like, I didn't respect myself. The way I would talk to myself. The way that I just didn't really take care of, like, I had, at the very end of the day, I really just don't think that, like, I had the level of respect for myself then as I do now. And it had to come to those hard conversations of looking myself in the mirror, like, naked, raw, no filter, no facade to put on for anybody, no mask, no nothing, and being like, who am I? And I was like, oh, you raggedy. I'm like,
not raggedy.
No, like raggedy.
Not raggedy.
Character raggedy, this, that, and the third. I said, oh, no. And I remember the last episode, this time last year, like, we were talking about not idolizing marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God I don't do that no more.
What changed? God. What was the defining factor? Say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Something has to change. Did something happen?
It was more so realizing the mantle and mandate that marriage is, not this false image that I had. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like, a man can take care of me, like, we can live happily ever after, and I can hunch and not feel bad, like this, that, and the third. And then I was like, there's more to it than that. There's more to it. And it really came from walking closely with married couples, like, and seeing it day in and day out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, y'all forgive each other, like, every single day. Y'all don't, like, pitch a fit and, like, block him. Like, oh, I used to be the block queen. Second, you make me mad. Bye.
Just with men or people in general?
Used to be with people, but then it came to just men. I would just take out all my anger on men. Because the men that I would usually deal with ain't worth nothing no way. So
what were the characteristics of that man, though?
Angry was a big one. Very angry. I dealt with a lot of angry men, insecure men, unhealed men, not emotionally mature men. A lot of men that had unresolved trauma and took that out in lust or like their eye for women. Like, one woman was not enough for them. And I knew this. And I would still like deal with them. And I'm like, girl, you hate yourself. Like, I hated myself. Not like, I don't know if I like real deal hated myself, but I think a lot of it came from what I was taught growing up, this, that, and the third, like things that were spoke over me that I started to believe. I'm like, oh, like, I'm not worthy of this. Or like, oh, it's not real. And it made no sense when I truly took that step back and looked at it and had to really sit down with myself. Because I grew up, although, yes, adopted, and although, yes, I was in foster care, I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
Like, a great 2-parent household when it came to marriage. That's the one thing that they did was not idolize, but prioritize each other. Although there was all these foster kids in the house, they never once let us come in between their marriage. And there was so many times growing up where I did not understand why my dad was choosing my mom over us. Because me and my mom, you remember, we didn't have the best relationship growing up. I'm like, why are you choosing her over your kids when you know she did wrong? And now I understand. Because biblically, your wife comes before your kids and vice versa. Your husband comes before your kids because it's a 3-strand cord. So it's not lottie-dottie and the baby and this, that, and the third. So I really had to learn that. And then with my grandparents too. Like, my parents and my grandparents, their anniversaries are 2 years apart. So I literally grew up seeing my grandfather rubbing my grandmother's feet every single night. I mean, lotioning her feet down for 21 years. Even on her deathbed. Every single night. Little things like that. Like doing favors for her, running to the grocery store. She would have to send like picture lists of like things when it had got to the point, because, you know, everything's so different now. Like things have changed. And he would bring it back, and he would always like stop to get her like a sweet treat on the way home. Like, oh, I know she really likes ice cream, so I'm gonna give her ice cream. Or like my dad, when he goes out, even now, like we'll get my mom a Coke Icy from McDonald's. Like just little things like that. So when I took a step back and walked closely with married couples, and then obviously seeing the two, you know, marriages that I was raised in, I was like, oh, hold on, I ain't met no men like this.
Right. So what do you feel like the disconnect was for you? Like being able to see that, like, so you don't have the excuse of not being in the environment of it, but your translation of it is not you dealing with angry men. What do you feel like you missed the translation?
Surface level, how I felt about myself, I thought that that's what I deserved. On a deeper level, generationally, you know, my mom, while yes, she was married for a majority of my life, before that, me and my two half sisters that are older than me, we all have different dads, and we're 2 years apart. And I mean, before that, I don't really think that she was married. I think she's been divorced before. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And then just, I really don't, like, I really don't know. Like, I think it was more so of, number one, not knowing my biological father.
Right.
To this day, not knowing my biological father. Knowing that her and my mom weren't together. I mean, him and my mom were not together. But growing up in a 2-parent household, and then seeing the trauma that my adopted sisters and foster sisters were going through, like with their families and something third, I think it just came to a point, and also just having a low self-esteem, like being bullied in school a lot, and believing the things, because I was a black sheep of the family. It's like believing things that like certain family members would say about me, and, you know, this, that, and third, being the bad kid, when in actuality, I would just act out because I wanted attention. Yeah. And I would get it by any means, because I wasn't getting it, you know, by just obeying and doing what I was told. Yeah. I did at my grandparents' house. But other than that, that was how I got it. And so I think it just come to a point where I was just like, I'm going to be so secure in myself that I don't need anybody, any man, any woman, any mom, dad, grandma, nothing to tell me who I am for me to know. And it wasn't until Gamma passed, you know, after my mom, and then I had that realization earlier this year, and I really sat down and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, girl, you got to get it together. Yeah. Like, you about to be 23. Like, you got things to do. You're about to have a 5-year-old. Now you've got your GED. You're about to go to college. And I still have to remind myself of those things now. And I'm very, very proud. Very proud. I can confidently say 10 toes down. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I love the woman that I am. And I love the woman that I'm becoming. Not just who I am now, but who I will continue to become. Because I truly took the hard steps and did the ugly part. Like, it was very ugly.
That's the part about flourishing.
It was so ugly.
The idea of flourishing, right? We know we're talking about that for like Galentine's, but I think the fact that you named it, or the Lord gave you that name, that's all I can hear. Like, I'm like, Lord, you're really taking her through a process of what flourishing means, because even to flourish, you have to start as a bud. You have to get in the ground. You have to be planted. You have to be covered. You have to root.
The roots form before you see. Yeah. So the rooting was very ugly, but very needed. There was times where I was like, I'll just go back to being who I was. I don't care. Like, I'll just go back. And then God would really sit me down and humble me.
Do you feel like that would have been easier though? To go back to
constantly run from like things that I needed to heal from? Absolutely not. Because you can only run so long. And it's harder to fight against what God has for you than to just operate in what he does have for you. Because it's harder to be outside of the will of God than it is inside. Because although like many are the afflictions of the righteous, weeping may endure for a night. Yeah. But that joy.
We don't talk about enough that both happen at the same time. Like, I can be at peace and have joy about something, but still have a thorn in my flesh and have that suffering. And I think that people get it misconstrued because I mean, you bad, you fine, okay, you's fine, okay, you looks good, but they don't understand that level of suffering comes with
Suffering.
well, that level of joy and acceptance comes with a level of suffering, like
And heaviness.
you
He'll
suffer
give us
for
the
this.
garment of praise
Yeah,
in exchange for the spirit of heaviness. That's the
yeah,
book. That's the book.
it's the good book.
That's the book.
Tiffany, I'm curious to know this. We talk a lot about Gamma. We've talked about your mom. I'm curious to know what if there's a desire to know your dad, like who he is.
Part of me, yes. Not for the sole fact of like wanting to feel fulfilled or like validated or like whole. There was a name that my mom gave me before she passed away. And I tried to call that man when I was like 17. And it was a very, very brief phone conversation. It was, I don't know that woman. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. I don't have any money for you. I never asked for money, but okay. And then that was that. And I left it alone. Never tried to contact him ever again. Recently in the past month. So that's funny because I don't think I told you this.
No, you didn't.
But recently in the past month, I got to thinking again. I was like, let me see. Let me see. Try to contact him again. Me working in law now, so I look up his name. And I see some charges. We're not going to talk about what they are. But I saw some arrest records and some charges. I said, oh, I'm good. And that was it that day. I said, oh, I'm good. I'm good if I
So you don't want to know him because of what you saw?
Well, I don't know if that is my father.
Right.
But if it is, I'm good. Okay.
But why though? I'm curious to know why.
The nature of the charges, okay. Because I look at it more as like God's protection. If it's meant to be, God will have it to be. You know, even the story of how I even met my biological sisters and how we got connected. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And in that, I'm just okay. Like, I thank God for my adopted parents. You know, me and my mom now have a much, much, much better relationship. Like, yesterday, I had went over there for breakfast, and Amaya was there too. And my dad, I brought eggs and bacon and cinnamon rolls, and my dad had cooked breakfast for all of us, and we had played Uno, and it was just like a good time that I never thought would happen. And then my dad, sometimes people hear me call him James. It's not out of disrespect. That's I just always called him James. But no, he's been more than enough of a father to me. And while yes, parts of me will probably always have that slight curiosity of like, I wonder who. The other part of it is like, my dad is such an amazing man, and so is my grandfather. But my dad is such an amazing man and husband and brother and grandfather and all these things. Like, I'm good. Like, I just don't think that no man that I could meet who could potentially be my father could ever beat my dad.
But okay, so I get, because I don't have the experience of not knowing my father. I know who my daddy is. I think I would be curious of like, okay, if I were to have the opportunity to talk to my dad, what would I say? Have you ever thought about that? And what does that conversation look like? What does Tiffany say to the man that she doesn't know but understands that shares DNA?
I really don't even know like how to answer that. Because, I mean, there's so much to describe who Tiffany is. I wouldn't even know how to, like, start to introduce myself to my biological dad. Because there's so many different layers, so many different versions, so many different seasons. And then I'm just like, so who are you?
Yeah.
Like, who?
Yeah.
Like, who are you? I'm sure that I would find some similarities. But, I mean, that was a part of me for a long time that, like, I thought that I had what we call daddy issues. When in actuality, it was mommy issues.
Yeah.
That's what took me through there. But we gonna be real. But yeah, I mean, I'm finally at a place where like I'm so content with where I am in life and just who I am that I'm not phased if that door opens or if it just stays closed.
So
because I don't
feel
know
like
what I would
peace
say.
about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a good thing. That's a healthy thing. But are you still like? Do you still have an open space? Like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, cool. Or you just like, nah, I'm good. Don't even worry about it, Lord.
Kind of both.
Okay.
I mean, I've just been through so much in life. So much that most grown and adult people couldn't even fathom or think of. And I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm not in survival mode. Like, I'm not having to fight for my life every single day. You know, excuse me. I'm not fighting to stay alive. Like, I'm not fighting my mind. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, like, I just want to kill myself. Like, this is just too much. Like, this is just too much. Like, there's just too much to do. Like, I thought killing myself was easier than healing. Because I just knew that there was so much to go through. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to do that. And that was at my adolescence when we're still, you know, forming emotionally and all the things. I was like, oh, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. But I thank God I didn't make that decision. I really do. But I just lost what I was about to say.
What I had asked you was, were you dog? I think I forgot the last thing I just said.
Pretty much, are you open? Like,
open.
Are you open to if it happens, or are you just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Period.
Shout out
that's
to
what I was
Desiree.
saying. Like, I'm okay, but I'm just now to a point where like there's peace in my life, and like I fought so hard to obtain that peace. Where I'm like, I don't want somebody to come in, whether you are my dad or anybody in my life for that matter, to come in and disrupt that. Because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. We were having a disagreement, and I was like, I love you, but I love me a lot more. And that's the place that I had gotten to in my life. And I've made that very clear to my daughter as well. You know, when we'll have conversations, like, everybody in our life is disposable. I want you to know that. You come before anybody and everybody. Until I'm married, it's you. Simple and plain. And I wanted her to know that she matters so much in my life. While, yes, she's 5, she's very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very intelligent. She'll meet you one time and she'll know your name for the rest of her life. It seemed like. She'll bring it up.
Yeah.
But I wanted her to understand that dynamic of, I don't care that this is a family member or this is a friend or whoever. Anybody is disposable. And that's just that. Because when it comes to protecting my child or even just my peace, like, oh no, like, it's raps. It's raps.
Which is fair. Like, I think.
Yeah.
I think that, and doing it in a righteous way though.
Right.
Like, this is not, but we got to say that because it's so easy. I mean, you're Tiffany Nicole White. Okay. You're someone that has the responsibility of influence.
And I don't like it.
What don't you like about it?
Sometimes. But I deal with it.
What don't you like about it?
This. Like, I was talking to, I said something. I was talking to somebody.
Watch them out.
Not yet.
Be still.
Hold on. I was talking to somebody, and like they love like vlogging and like stuff like that. Like they love the social media part of it all. And then I was talking about you too. I was like, oh, like Jess takes this thing for real. I don't. Like, I do in part, but like at the very end of the day, I could never care if I'm never in front of another camera ever again. Like, I've become so private and I just love that because I didn't have that for a long time. And I think that that's been a big switch with how people view me on social media. Is like, I used to put my whole life out there.
Yeah.
Baby daddy drama, this, that, and the third, like everything you could ever think of. And now there ain't a lick of nothing. I don't want you to know nothing. I'll probably post something from 2 months ago, and you'll think it's my first time at that restaurant. I'm not believing.
Because it has been a shift, and that was going to be another thing I wanted to bring up, so you can allow people to hear from you. Like, it's a noticeable shift. It's not no.
I don't even look the same.
No, it's you don't look the same. You don't approach social media the same. I would say, Tiff, is more highlights than we're not getting the Tiff in the dungeon. If I could call it we're not getting dungeon Tiff. But I don't think that it was a problem with that. But I also think that finding a healthy balance of let me let you know what it is, because I know that when you did have that situation come up We just gonna call it a situation. We don't have to. If you've been following her, you know the situation.
You know the situation.
You know the situation. It's just obvious.
And that's all you gonna get.
That's all you gonna get.
It's all.
Cause I respect my friend.
Thank you.
When that situation come up, people always want to know what happened with the situation. And I think that just being your friend just for the past year and seeing you just like, bro, like, I don't want to relive that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not her. I'm not even her anymore.
Not even her. And that's so crazy because I was getting ready today. I was going through some things and something had happened to, you know, trigger me over the past like week or so. And I really thought about that. And I'm like, I used to think that like so much of what had happened just in my life period, not just with this situation by itself, could be like held over my head. Like me just being a human, like me and my humanity.
Yeah.
You know, my low moments. Where I wasn't just at my best, but I let certain people see me in that vulnerability. I thought that like that being held over my head was like such a big thing. And it probably was at the time. And I'm not going to invalidate my own feelings. Because it probably y'all probably would have canceled me, no lie. Like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But looking at that now, if so-and-so come out with this, that, and the third, or even bring that up, like, okay, cool. I don't even know her. You don't know me.
Yeah.
And I love that for us.
Yeah.
I love that for us. Like the woman that I've become, not even just to other people, but like to myself, it's so unrecognizable in the past year. Not even just the past few months, like the past year, like period. With how I speak, with how I carry myself, with how I articulate myself, how I operate in emotions. Therapy, I love therapy. I recommend everybody gets a therapist. Everybody, I don't care if it's your grandma who's 90 years old.
Yeah.
I love therapy. I recommend therapy to everybody. I literally just started my own child into therapy just ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because not necessarily, you know, that something has happened, but kind of more so as like preventable. And
right.
so she gets used to talking about her feelings.
Yeah.
And she knows that even when she may be mad at me, because that's bound to happen at some point. You're a girl, I'm a girl. We gonna knock heads. Even though that's bound to happen, like you still have somebody that's a safe space.
Yeah.
To communicate those things. And, you know, just being taught emotional maturity early on. Because I wasn't necessarily taught that. Like, I was thrown into therapy, and them therapists weren't worth nothing. It was like, okay, what medication can I put you on to numb you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like, I need somebody to just listen.
Yeah.
So having that as an adult, oh my gosh, everybody should have therapy. Everybody should have therapy.
That's so good. That's so good. I'm very proud of you. It's been
great. I'm gonna cry.
No, it's been rewarding. And I'm gonna share this with you. I didn't know if I was gonna share it or not, but I feel like led to share it. You bring a different level of confidence for me in our relationship. Oh Lord, I've been crying. Jesus. I know, all right. You bring a different level of confidence for me in our relationship. I didn't think that somebody like you would want to friend somebody like me.
Why?
Cause for one, I'm 10 years older than you.
So
Let's start with the age difference.
That's big sis.
No, but the thing is, you lean into that part. It's a gift to be transparent. You make me want to be better. Just having you look and say, Jessica, how do you do this? Or trusting me, even to serve you at Galentine's. Like, I was like, oh, okay. The first time was cute. He was like, hey, JessAsk.
Just ask by myself.
Yeah, just like, no, I don't. And you don't want to. And it's weird for me. That is weird for me. You bring out the absolute best in me, Tiff. You really do. And for people that may misunderstand you, I think the season is up. I think the season is up because there are people that are properly positioned to manage you well and to allow you that safe space to develop as the woman that God has created you to be, because there's more. Right? Oh my! I feel my help coming,
and I'm so glad.
Yeah, there's so much more for Tiffany Nicole White and that last name will change for the right person.
It'll be hyphenated.
Okay, well, hyphenation.
Tiffany Nicole White ain't going nowhere. I love my name.
But I just want to publicly tell you thank you. Like this last year of getting to know you, you taught me how to be transparent. You've taught me how to open myself up and allow, because you know some ugly things about me.
And you know some extremely ugly things
you know
about
some
me.
ugly, but
y'all, Jessica knows some things about me nobody else on the face of this earth walking knows. Like, Jessica could end my life. I could probably end Jessica's life. And then there would just be no Jessica or no Tiffany. You know? But we thank God for grace.
Grace and understanding.
Mercy.
And love. And love. And so I just want to say, you know, getting to see you just, your maturation process is so rewarding. And so thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. Thank you for just being Tiff, regardless. Just being Tiff. And I'm here for the long haul. So I just want you to say that publicly so you can remind me when I try to quit on you. You can come back to this clip.
But she ain't never done that yet, so she ain't gonna do that now. Hold on, let's just stop and let's back it up.
When I try to quit, I'm like, Tiff, I can't do this no more. But Desiree, what's going over there in your little lovely head?
Oh man,
the little lovely head.
This is so beautiful because I love. Y'all talked about suffering, right? And I think either we don't quite understand what that means, or we just soon forget that a part of the journey is the processing and the suffering, right? But James said, "Count it joy."
Yeah,
like count it all joy.
When trials and tribulations come, it's not there to kill you, it's not there to break you, right? But He's working out a perfect work, so we have to let perseverance do her perfect work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I think this is just a beautiful picture of when you just lean into the pain, right? When you lean into the hard times that come, like the beauty that comes on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? And so just to keep leaning in, man, and just watching your journey has been beautiful. You know, and I did notice, like, you know, people just watch, right? So there isn't a distinctive difference in your social media presence from where you were into where you are now. And now it's just another level of maturity. That's what I see. I just see a woman coming into her maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Womanhood.
Yeah, and it looks so good on you, girl.
Thank you.
It looked good on you. And I'm excited about Flourish.
Because,
like, to see that baby being birthed out, I know it's like birthing something like so big.
Because right now we pregnant.
Yeah.
We pregnant. Everybody pregnant.
Pregnant.
Wobbling.
With purpose. Let's clarify. Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't try to be funny.
We ain't nobody pregnant over here.
2026. It was like February the 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th.
Flourish. I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
If you ain't there, what's wrong with you? Get
What
your
is
tickets.
wrong
Be
with
there
you?
or be square.
Because we're going up. If year one was like it was, and we adding days, child,
and it's not just me and Jess.
Man, a whole lineup.
Was it
baby.
Ashley?
Prophetess Ashley Brown. Oh, Psalms is Courtney Crossing. Come
Hands
up,
down. Just stop right there.
Stop
We
right
just
there.
need to go on the floor.
Stop right there.
Just let's go on the floor.
She is insane in the best way possible. I have never, and mind you, I've been watching her, and, you know, we've seen each other in ministry for years now. But I'm just like, every single time I see her, it just gets better
and better.
and better and better. And I'm like, the level of submission that she has in her life is insane. And it's not by necessarily the way she looks or, you know, how she dresses. It's, you can literally hear it. Yeah. You can hear her matriculation and her submission. And I'm just like, it's insane. There's nobody like Coco Crossing.
Nobody. The sound is hers.
It's
the
yours.
sound is hers.
Can't be duplicated, replicated, no nothing. Like, you got it through and through. Like, if nobody got oil, you got oil.
If you don't know how to worship, you will learn at Flourish.
I promise. She will instruct you and usher you in.
Yeah.
So Prophetess Ashley Brown, first of all, powerhouse. Insane. Absolutely. And it's just full circle how I started off seeing her on social media. Then, nobody knows this, but like, I had planned an event and God told me to stop, but she was going to be the guest speaker. And then I didn't do it. And then she invites me to speak on a panel. Mind you, I'm Tiffany Nicole White, 22 years old at this point.
Yeah.
On a panel with an apostle, with a prophetess who's a pastor's wife also, and then her, who's a prophetess and a pastor's wife. Then there's little old me. Don't make no sense looking at it. Still don't make no sense to me looking back at it. And I'm just like, okay, like, hey. And then she sowed the biggest seed into me that anybody has ever sowed.
Wow.
And nobody knew. I never posted about it. She never posted about it. That's just what it was. And from then on out, even before the seed, greatly honored her and appreciated her for seeing that and giving me the platform that she did, you know, and trusting me with that as such a baby.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm a baby. And after that, when I had reached out to her about booking, she was like, oh, well, I guess now's the time that, like, God already told me that, you know, this and third. And I don't think I even told you that. But she already knew I was finna come to her doorstep. Like, hey, I got Galentine's. Because she had just recently come out with that series, That Girl. And so I was like, okay, cool. And every time in prayer, like, thinking about it and, like, meditating, like, who can I trust?
Right. Because that's another part.
That's another part. And that's why we were so strategic about who we brought this year. It's people that I know. It's people that I can vet. It's people that I trust through and through with the vision. Yeah. From every aspect. Yeah. From the speaker with the mic down to director, assistant director, team leads, this, that, and the third. Speakers, psalmists, everything. Like Saturday day, we have Pastor Petra Pender, who is my beloved mentor, has truly like held my hand, took off running, and we ain't stopped since. Yeah. Like, and that was just from the end of January this year up until now that we've walked so closely. Like, and I've just seen so much of God in our relationship and intentionality. And then Coach Shanae Jackson walked that thing out with me last summer. I mean, walked it out with me. And we met in the School of Prophecy at formerly All Nations Church, now Love City Church. Yeah. And she already knew that I was supposed to be her mentor. Like, somebody else had told her as well, and then God had confirmed it to her in prayer before I even spoke a word to her. Yeah. So they will be teaching on, you know, spiritual giftings and the prophetic and prayer, and Pastor Petra really on the holy boundaries of, like, no. I think it's something along those lines. But the power of no, because if there's one thing that she's taught me, it's boundaries. Yeah. And then that night we have this little old me.
Yeah, somebody speaking.
Come on now.
And then we have our scholarship giveaway. Yeah. We have our panel of me, you, Petra. There might be one more. We just don't really know yet. We'll see. And then Coco crossing the game. And then the OG Peace and
PJs, which is so fun. That. We are not laying hands at Peaches and PJs.
We're not. We're doing it before.
We're doing all that before.
We're doing it before, so we can actually eat this time.
We can eat and go home.
And do a Cupid shuffle. And go home.
And go home, because, baby, y'all wore us out. But no, I'm really looking forward to Flourish because it's going to be different. It's going to be, you know, us being able to be women and just the whole woman. We're touching the total woman. And so,
and I really think, I don't mean to interrupt, but I really think that the lineup was intentional the way it was, because I walk closely with these women and they have everything to do with who Tiffany is now. So why would I not bring the same people that ushered me into where I'm at now and offer those same people to all these women from all walks of life, all different ages, all different places? Why would I not do that? Right. I'm not stingy. I'm not a gatekeeper. Right. Trust. Right. Fully transparent. But it's also a public honor that, or just honoring them publicly, that I did not get here by myself. Yeah. First, obviously the Lord. And then second, every single last one of you helped garrison me into where I am today. And you included, Jess. And I just really appreciate you, and I just love you, and I don't like mushy gushy stuff, because I'm just like, I just turn into like a little baby, like I'm just a girl. But I'm just like, I would have never thought from the first episode to now, like, okay, yeah, we be cool. Yeah. Jessica, we like this.
Yeah, you on the favorites. You like, on the favorites list.
You're hilarious.
No, real bad. Like
I literally called Jessica the other night, and I'm like, can I come over?
Come on.
And I literally was there in 20 minutes.
Yep, real bad.
And now me and her dog we're friends.
She
and I don't like
dogs. But Amore has that effect.
I don't like dogs.
Amore has that effect.
I don't like no animals.
No, but it's both ways. I want you to know it's mutual, and so I'm grateful. But y'all, I want y'all to understand that we're doing something so big. for women.
Right.
It's not an age limit. It's not an age gap. She said from
not a
0
regular
to 99. You hear me?
No, it's 16.
Oh, 16. I'm sorry.
99.
16 to 99. I'm sorry.
We're going to be talking about
some stuff.
Everything.
Okay, we're going to be talking about some stuff.
Filter.
So this is the time for you to get it because tickets are almost sold out. Okay, tickets are almost sold out to Flourish, and we are doing a fast that is coming up in the very near future. And to be in that fast, a part of that fast, you have to be in the circle group. Okay, we're going to be praying. We're going to be going before the Lord. I just thank Tiffany for trusting me with that because I said, "Hey, girl, we need to do this or whatever." She's like, "Okay, let's do it." You know, so we're very much so doing things before the actual event, and you definitely want to be a part of it.
Right.
You need a shift. You need better understanding. If you just need to be around women that are going in the same direction as you, Flourish is where you need to be. February 6th through the 7th, Birmingham, Alabama, at Love City Church. Okay, so Tiffany, as a tradition, we already know we want to land the plane, girl. If you came with anything on your heart, or if you want to, elaborate on something you've already said, the floor is yours, boo. You so silly.
I'm just playing. Cause let's get down to it. How do I word this? If yourself 5 years from now, man or woman, because I don't discriminate. You can go both ways. I can talk to either one.
Yeah.
Through and through. What you going through.
Yeah.
If you look at yourself 5 years from now, would you be proud of who you are, or would you want to do better? That's what I had to do. And so through that, the hard works, like we said earlier, you can't run from it for forever. The hard work may seem easier to just keep running or to opt out another way. But it's not only important for yourself, but your children, your children's children, and also just the legacy that you'll leave behind for everyone that ever comes into contact with you. I wake up in the morning and I really try to remind myself daily, like, what is one thing that I can do today? Or how can I be better today than I was yesterday?
Yeah.
And really giving myself that grace to start over every single day. Because I may not have gotten it right the first time or yesterday, but I have a new day.
Yeah.
I have a new hour. I have a fresh start in a way. And in scripture, it says that a just man falls 7 times, but gets back up 8.
Yeah.
So just continuing to get back up, keep going, because you don't know who's watching you. And you don't need 1 million followers on social media for you to be watched. A coworker may be following you and watching you, or a brother, a sister, or I've even seen parental figures. And yeah, you just never know. Just be just be kind.
Yeah. Everybody's
going through something. And some people will never be as transparent and as open. And that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But you truly never know. Like, I think that's one thing that God has really taught me is you never truly know. So my last thought and comment would be, because I love to talk, is if not you, then who?
If not you,
then who?
I think that's good.
Because if God can be for us,
who can be against us? Hallelujah.
Hey, y'all don't want to have no church.
Y'all don't want to have no church.
Y'all don't want to have no church.
How you start your when you grab the mic? What you say?
Well, praise the Lord, somebody. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, somebody. Every time, if I don't know what to say,
praise
the Lord, somebody.
Don't care. She could be in the club.
Yeah.
Well, praise. You gonna get saved that day, okay? Tiff, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. Thank you for being on Just Ask the podcast and just being one of our faves. We just love you here. Desiree.
We love you, girl.
Desiree is that chick, girl. Y'all.
Desiree.
Y'all, make sure you tap in. Ladies, we want to see you at Flourish Galentine's 2026 here in Birmingham, Alabama. Get your tickets now. Plan to be there. We're super excited. We're going to be fasted. We're going to have this community. I'm going to be there. Desiree's going to be there. And of course, Tiff is going to be there. You're going to meet some amazing women. So we're about building the community on the behalf of the kingdom, okay?
Right.
We do nothing without God, and so we're super excited. Tap in. The link is in the bio. We love you. Remember to love always yourself, and until next time, until next week, life could be much more simple if you just say yes.
Peace. What's up, you guys? We hope you've enjoyed that conversation, but make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification so you don't miss an episode. We'll see you next Thursday.